And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Kyle Arking, who writes, "Hey, John, I just watched the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker, and it's now my new favorite show on television. I cannot believe James Gunn was able to get away with half of the things in this show. The Louis C.K. joke had me in stitches. That was so funny. I love all the characters, and the story has me hooked. Were you willing to give Peace a chance? What were your thoughts? Thanks, and have a great day." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, listen, I have been interested in a Peacemaker movie since Suicide Squad. You guys know I loved James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I thought that movie was fantastic. John Cena is a guy for me. I'm just being real with you here, okay? Just being real with you. But John Cena is, to me, a guy who's got a lot of promise, but hasn't quite got there yet. He's a guy that shows, especially in comedy, he's got a really good sense of comedic timing. Like, I think John, we've seen that ever since Trainwreck, right? The question has been, though, can he be the lead? That's always been my question. Can he be the lead? Now, a couple of years ago, he was the lead in that comedy Blocked. Remember that? He was the lead in that comedy Blocked. And I thought that movie showed that while Cena still has a lot of potential, I think that movie showed that he was not quite yet ready to be the lead of a movie or of a show. So now we fast forward a couple more years. We see him in Suicide Squad. I thought he was wonderful in Suicide Squad. I thought him playing Peacemaker in that movie was great. But could he lead a series? Now, one of the things that he's had going for him is the fact that James Gunn is a director who has shown that he can take an actor, bring out their best, accentuate their strengths, and hide their weaknesses. Look what James Gunn did with Dave Bautista as Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. Dave Bautista is the first person to tell you, especially when they shot the first Guardians movie, he ain't that good of an actor. I mean, Dave Bautista himself said that. Yeah, I'm not that great of an. I'm not a big thespian. Right. But what was James Gunn able to do? He was able to take Dave, figure out what things he would be strong at, and really highlight those strengths. And he hid all of Dave's weaknesses. He never gave him too much heavy drama to do in the movies, right? James Gunn is a great actor's director. So now put him in the hands of, put John Cena into James Gunn's hands. And in Suicide Squad, I thought the results were fantastic. I thought the results were really, really good. But can he be the lead? Well, I have now watched the first 3 episodes, which is all that's out right now. I have watched the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker. And number one, yes, in the hands of the right director and playing the right kind of character, John Cena is ready to be the lead. Again, in the hands of the right director and playing the right kind of character like Peacemaker, John Cena is ready to lead a show. The first 3 episodes to me of Peacemaker, John Cena has shown he can be the face of that series. And he can be the guy who the camera's on most of the time. He's the guy who can carry the show on his shoulders. Again, playing the right kind of role in the hands of the right director, but Cena's arrived. He's arrived. I think he does a great job playing Chris, Peacemaker. I think he's done a great job. But I also say this, and this is going to be the thing that I think gets some pushback from some people, and that's fine. Peacemaker is the best DC thing there's ever been on television. John, them's fighting words. Yeah? Yeah, I know. John, it's only 3 episodes in. Yeah? Yeah, I know. John, we've seen a lot of shows start strong that then go to complete crap. Yeah? Yeah, I know. And that could happen with Peacemaker too. That could totally happen with Peacemaker. Could go to crap. We could get into episode 4 and becomes a total shit show. Maybe it does. But for right now, Even though I'm the guy who was like, you remember when the Peacemaker's trailer started coming out? Looks low budget. It looks kind of amateurish. I don't know if this is going to work out. Remember me saying that? Yeah, that was me. This is, after just 3 episodes, the best thing DC's ever put on television. John, you're not saying this is better than Flash. Yeah, I am. And I like Flash. I like Flash very much. At least I did in the first, bunch of seasons. But, John, are you saying this is better than Arrow? Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying this is better than Arrow. But, John, you loved Arrow. Yeah, the first few seasons of Arrow, I loved. I think this is better. That's not me putting down Flash or putting down Arrow at all. That's just me emphasizing and highlighting how good I think this show is. John, now this is where people get their knickers in a twist. You can't possibly be saying that you think this is better than Smallville. Let me say this. We want to take a second and thank a sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. Now, listen, guys, if you are anything like me or Ann, Ann and I are both working professionals. We don't have a lot of time. And what that often meant was, when it would come to dinner time, we would either settle with making subpar meals or ordering fast food way too much. I like fast food once in a while, but we were eating fast food way too much. That's why something like HelloFresh was an absolute godsend for us. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Listen, with HelloFresh, you'll be cooking and eating great looking and great tasting meals without the hassle of going to the grocery store and trying to remember everything you need to get on the recipe list, and you'll be paying less. And look, I get it. You are probably saying to yourself or saying to me through the screen, John, you don't get it. I don't know how to cook. I'm telling you, with HelloFresh, you can. Because the packages don't just come with all the ingredients properly portioned out already for you, but they also include clear, easy to follow instructions with images that you'll have no problems following. In 30 minutes or less, you'll be eating great and feeling pretty damn good about yourself looking at the meal that you prepared. So right now, guys, go on over to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. So HelloFresh, everybody, America's #1 meal kit. I think the jury's out. Smallville ran 75 seasons. I can't remember how many. Guys in the live chat, help me out. How many seasons of Smallville were there? I want to say 9. I can't. 10. Everybody's saying 10. Mark Newman was the first to say 10. Dylan, Freelance, Crudy, and a bunch of people saying it's 10. Okay, so, I mean, Smallville had 10 seasons. We're 3 episodes into Peacemaker. We're 3 episodes in, okay? It's not an apples to apples comparison. But I will say this. I will take the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker over the first 3 episodes of Smallville all day, every day. Whether we can still say that by the time we get to the end. So we're talking about a small sample size. I'm acknowledging that. We are talking about just 3 episodes. It's just a small sample size. But I will say, if that's all we've got to go on, I believe Peacemaker is the best DC thing ever. And that includes Flash. That includes Arrow. That includes Smallville. That includes Doom Patrol. That includes Adam's Batman. I don't know why I pulled that one out, but this is the best thing I've ever seen DC put on a thing, and I didn't have a lot of faith in this. When the hell am I going to learn that if James Gunn is doing it, John, just get on board with it? And by the way, can I mention this? This is the greatest opening credits in the history of television. This is the greatest opening credits in the history of television. Every show, doesn't matter what show it is. You start watching a show on streaming, and it starts, the opening credits start, and then down in the bottom corner is a little box that says skip. And I'm like, yeah, skip the opening credits, right? Every show, skip opening credits. Skip those opening credits, right? Every show. Even Game of Thrones. I mean, the opening of that Game of Thrones is fantastic with that iconic music. That's awesome, but still, skip, get to the show. All 3 episodes of the opening of Peacemaker. I watch every second of the opening credits. It is the best, most entertaining, ridiculous opening credits in the history of television. A huge dance choreography number for people who cannot dance. It is the best thing I've ever seen. All Ann could talk about after watching this is, I am getting my friends together and we are going to learn that dance and we are going to do that dance and put it on YouTube. Right now, I think probably I haven't looked on YouTube yet. I'm guessing YouTube right now is filled with groups of people doing the opening dance number to Peacemaker. It's ridiculous. It is the most ridiculous opening credits ever, and I cannot take my eyes off it. Cannot take my eyes off it when it's playing. Can't take my eyes off it. And by the way, in an era where a lot of CG in these streaming shows is a little questionable, right? Even in the best shows. The CG is, not on par to major motion pictures. There's always a little bit of question, especially in this new era. Eagly is one of the best CGI things in any streaming show ever. Like, there are times you've got to, are we sure that's not a real bald eagle? Because it looks so damn good. And by the way, Eagly is like, I think my wife Ann's favorite part of the show. I think Eagly is Ann's favorite character. But then you go through all the supporting characters. I love them all. I can't remember the one guy, the beard, painted beard guy. It's his last name rhymes with economics or economist or whatever his name is. Love that character. Waller's daughter, love her. Hardcourt, love her. Eagly, love it. I thought watching the trailers and everything, that Vigilante was going to be a cringy character. It's like, oh, really? You got to throw in the wannabe superhero tag-along guy? I love Vigilante. I love the way he's just like humming as he's assassinating people. I love this character. This character is great. And I said Eagly was Ann's favorite character. I take that back. Eagly is Ann's second favorite character. Waller's daughter is Ann's favorite character. She loves that. She loves everything about that character. It's like, she's like, that character is my spirit animal. Like, she's great. And then of course it's great. And her dad, Robert Patrick, as Peacemaker's dad. When they open the trans-dimensional warp gate that takes him into the closet, and that whole thing of white dragon, I'm like, what's going on? What is this about? What is this? And I'm telling you, everything from the individual characters, the action is great, especially coming off of something like Boba Fett. Vroom, vroom, Vespa gang, in our 5-mile-an-hour race down the city streets of Mos Espa. Vroom. The action in Peacemaker is amazing. I mean, just right from that fight that he has with the butterfly girl at the beginning, like, that was insane and great. The gun violence is really good. I mean, it's not John Wick level or anything like that. It ain't John Wick level, but I mean, it's just so the humor is absolutely on point. The characters are absolutely on point. I'm really digging the chemistry they're setting up with all of them. And it's got what a lot of these streaming shows, the stronger ones, have. Like, it's unwrapping a mystery as you go. Unlike, like, say, I'm crapping on Book of Boba Fett a lot. I don't hate Book of Boba Fett, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, but there's a lot of shortcomings there that I see. And it's funny coming off of something like Book of Boba Fett and then watching the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker and see all those, like, gripes I have with Book of Boba Fett, seeing them all done as great strengths in Peacemaker. And here's an interesting thing too. Like, I think the 3rd episode of Peacemaker is like 39 minutes long. I think it's 39 minutes long, which is not, I prefer it to be longer, obviously, but so much happens in those 39 minutes. Again, unlike some episodes of Loki, some episodes of Falcon Winter Soldier, definitely some of the episodes of Boba Fett, you can get through a short episode and really nothing significant happened. In a 39-minute episode of Peacemaker, which I think was the shortest episode, I just felt like a ton of stuff happened. And after each episode, I'm just buzzing to get that remote and start playing that opening credits again to see the next one. Like, I just want to see that happen again. Now, again, let me emphasize one more time. This might end up being terrible. Yeah, we're 3 episodes in. Best, I think right now, as of right now, 3 episodes in, small sample size. This is the best thing DC's ever put on television. I'm not saying it's as good as Man of Steel. I'm not saying it's the best thing out of any movies they've put out, but as far as anything DC's ever put on TV, this is it. This to me is the gold standard right now. And yeah, it may go to crap once we get into episode 4. It may go to complete crap in episode 4 and be crappy the rest of the way. Maybe it does. But I'll tell you what, I didn't have a lot of faith in this show, especially when I saw the trailers for it. I did not have a lot of faith in this show. I am fully on board. Count me as a believer in the piece. Count me as giving Peace a chance. Count me as being on this John Cena train. A guy that I've been very hesitant about saying he's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of natural comedic ability. I don't think he's there where he can carry something. He's there. He's arrived. This show's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I cannot wait till next week. And I mean, let me ask you guys this. I'm going to put up a poll right now. All right. Going to put up a poll for you guys. Should we do post game shows for Peacemaker? Should we do post game shows for Peacemaker? I wasn't even considering it. I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't even remotely considering it. But after watching these 3 episodes, I think the very next day after these airs, I'm going to just be wanting to talk about. So I don't know. I'll let you guys decide if we should do post game for Peacemaker or not. I'll leave that up to you. For all I know, maybe you guys haven't even been liking the show. But for me, man, this is a ball of awesome. This show to me is an absolute ball of awesome. I love it so much. And I can't believe how excited I am for it, how much I dig it. Well, listen, right now we are closing in on 600 votes, and 90% of you are saying, yes, we should do post-game shows for Peacemaker. 10% of you are saying no, and now it's gone down, 89%. So still 11% of you thinking maybe it's not worth to do it, but 89% of you saying we should as we're closing in on 700 votes here. So yeah, I think starting this week, I got to check the schedule to make sure I actually have time to do it. But I think starting this week, we're going to do a post-game show for these things. Now, some people are saying start tonight. Sorry, guys, it's NFL football playoff time. I ain't doing it. And it's the weekend. I'm already working on the weekend, which Ann is not completely happy with me about. Shh. Don't get me wrong. Ann is incredibly supportive of everything I do. But she gets this look on her face whenever I mention that I'm doing work on the weekends. It's that I love you, but you're dumb as shit kind of look on her face, right? She gets so, and not completely thrilled that I'm working on the weekend. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to do more work on the weekend later today, but I think this coming week we're going to do post-game show. I think we're going to do a post-game show for the remaining of Peacemaker. I'm positively giddy. I am positively giddy about this show. I cannot believe how good it is. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about the new Peacemaker series? Maybe it was completely underwhelming for you. Maybe it didn't interest you at all and you never even gave it a shot. Maybe you think it's the greatest thing ever. Maybe you think it's really good, but John, I don't think it's as good as you. Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.